Hey y'all, welcome back to another beautiful, bright, sunny day in Cliffside Bay, the city of conversion. There we go. It's looking beautiful, isn't it? There we go. As you can see, what we got done last time around is we concentrated on this little area here called Garland Park, if my memory serves me right. There we go, Garland Park. Little piece of an industrial zone created here. Forestry, of course, which is called Smith Park, which encourages these kind of little warehouses here. There you go. So that was my idea behind getting these kind of indoor tennis courts or squash courts, that kind of thing. So yeah, here we go. So what we got done last week was we did a lot of preparation for this little area here to build it on the hills. Let's have a little look on here. So there you go. You got a high density residential, commercial, office, little piece of low density, and I snuck a library in just here. And as you can probably see, everything is fully detailed. It's looking pretty sweet. And over here, we created my very own kind of, I don't know, mall, I guess, shopping mall. There you go, which has got bus stops coming in, which is pretty cool. Look at that, a lot of people using it. Well, not really a lot of people, but for me, it's a lot of people. And we did the similar thing over here. You got the bus stop here for people using my unique designer. I don't know, it's not exactly Flushing Meadow, but it's definitely some kind of unique tennis arena. There you go. Now, I gotta tell you, it was very humbling. I was absolutely kind of overwhelmed with the amount of people that tuned in to watch this episode, because I normally top up around about 60 to about 100 people is the max I can normally rely on watching my episodes. So it's absolutely humbling to get more than 100 people watching my episode. I think it went over 400 people, something like that, or maybe 300. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I am absolutely not used to that amount of people. And all I did was create my very own shopping mall, as you can see here. And my very own kind of unique tennis design, my tennis arena, which is, when you get a little bit close, it looks super ugly, doesn't it? So there you go. Absolutely humbled by that. So thank you to each and every one of those people that watch this. So this week we're going to carry on like we did last week, trying to fit in some more landmarks. Now, if you remember, I struggled to find a way of putting in a landmark over here, but I did come up with the mall of moderation. So here we're going to try and come up with something here, and we're going to try and carry on with this kind of strip mall idea, which I've got for this kind of area here. Now, it's not really going to be a strip mall, is it? Because strip malls are, let me show you what a strip mall is. A strip mall is, so there you go, that's a vanilla strip mall in its purest format. You wouldn't have these kind of road separators here. These parking lots would be kind of semi-attached to these stores. You'd probably have the road kind of down here, that kind of thing. You wouldn't have a road here, but this is the only way to get it to work in vanilla skylines. So yeah, there you go. It looks a little bit like that. But as I'm playing in the purest format, we're not going to have these decorative parking lots. We're going to delete these. Well, let's do that right now. So what I've got to do is come up with my own version. And what you can do is you can place in having networks. I think that might work. So there you go. You could do that. It doesn't always work out because it just doesn't work out. Look at how bumpy and lumpy that is. Let me see if I can do that without any snap points on. It's kind of ugly, isn't it? So you got that version, or we could try and put them this way around. So this way around, I have the paths go this way, which is also similarly kind of ugly and lumpy. At least you got street lights in the middle there, so that's kind of interesting. So yeah, we're going to try and come up with my own version of a strip mall. And we're going to do exactly what I did there by creating my own mini parking lots, that kind of thing. So that's what we're going to do with this little section here. But before we do that, before I make everybody dizzy, I'm going to do a cordon off little area here. So let me come up with how much area I want to cordon off. So let's put a road kind of here. I'll put my snap points back on. Thank you. There we go. Put a road here. Let's go. I'm not too sure. Let's go about 1800. Yeah, why not? 1800. There we go. So we're going to cordon off this area here. So I'm going to delete everything in the middle here. Apart from this road here, I might keep this road in. Yeah, let's keep this road in. And let's delete that road there. There we go. Perfect. Let's delete this road here. In fact, let's delete all of these. Oh, there we go. I'm kind of happy with that. So let's change these roads up. So we got this road here with a medium. Which is it? A 4-lane road with a medium. So let's carry that on. There we go. And then we're going to change all these to a 4-lane road with a medium. Put that there and change all these up. There we go. So my idea is we're going to try and squeeze in another, I don't know, another unique building or landmark around here somewhere. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that, but we're going to try. And like I said, it was kind of difficult for me to try and fit one in over this part of town. So it's going to be equally as difficult to find one that's going to fit in here. Let's try and figure out what we're going to do with this strip mall here. It's going to definitely have to change the format of this grid here. So let's try and do that. Let's do a little bit of deleting here. Right, there we go. Now let's see if we can turn this into a kind of a strip mall. Yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I think we could get away with it. We could get away with it. Let me have a look. Now, if I carry on with these roads here, I mean, I could have them similar size, but I'm thinking, what's the shortest distance I can go? Let me try. Let's just put any random road in here for now, and let's put in the same road there, which was the 4-lane road with wide sidewalks. Where's it going to squeeze in? Oh, squeeze in there. There we go. So let's see. Can I put a road in here? Nope. Here? Okay, there we go. So what is that? The measurement from there to there is 200. Okay, so we can get away with 200. Yeah, that kind of works. And we got a little strip here, so let's fill that in with a path. So we could have a little strip mall like that. Please ignore this road here. So we could have a little strip mall like that with these kind of parking lots, but I think I might make these look a little bit longer. So let's try that. Pause the game again. There we go. So we got these lengths here. What I've done is I've increased the road length by 1 zoning square. Now, I'm not too sure if these paths are going to fit in there as snugly as they did in the original design. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes you're going to be left with little pieces of greenery depending on the shape of the land. But it seems to be fitting out okay. There we go. Perfect. That one's got a little piece of greenery showing there, as you can see. And it might be to do with the length of the road or the fact that it's not that flat. I'm not too sure. But there you go. So we got this. These are the lengths we got of these kind of mini parking lots. Now I got to decide which one I want to keep. And I kind of like maybe, this is the original one. I'm thinking maybe this one here or this one here. Thinking maybe this one here. I'm not too sure. This one's a little bit too long. It's taking away too much of the land here. So that's my thinking behind that. So we're going to keep this one and this one, delete the rest. Now, as I'm trying to save as much land as I can to build on, maybe this is the best one to go for. I don't know. Maybe I'll go with this one. Okay, so we got that all deleted. So what I want to do is work out where I want these strip malls to start. Let me think. So maybe I want a little block of 4 squares here, 4 zoning squares here. We could start the strip mall kind of here somehow. So let's carry this road on here just as a measuring marker. Leave that one there. So how close can I get a road to match up against this? I can. Perfect. What we're going to do, we're going to carry this road all the way along here. Like that. That's pretty cool. So the strip malls, the measurement is 280. So let's go 280. So let's start from here, 280. That is 280 there. Carry that all the way along there like that. There you go. So that's going to be my street layout for the strip malls. So let's put these in. There you go. That is perfect. Now, what I want to do now is work out how many stores I want side by side before I do a connecting road into this kind of semi-arterial collector kind of main street here. So that's what I'm going to plan out. So I'm thinking maybe we can go a strip mall, maybe a collection of 4 big ones. Side by side, 2, 3, 4. So that would be that kind of length. It's okay. Maybe we can go 8. So I'm happy with that. So let's place a connecting road in here. Let's go for one with trees just for now. How close can I get it? I can get it to there. We can do a little piece of detailing there, maybe. So yeah, let's go with that one there. Decided to change that to a 2-lane road with grass. There we go. So this is my first strip mall design. It looks like that. So we're going to put another one along here. Shall I keep this format of 4x4s? Well, I don't know. Or maybe I should change these to 3x3s. Maybe it'd be good to have a little piece of variation. So yeah, let's do something like that. There you go. So that's my layout for the strip malls, and you can see there's quite a lot of them, and it goes for quite a length. But yeah, it's kind of could be semi-realistic, I guess. But this is only a vanilla game, so we got to make do with what we got. So yeah, let's do a little bit of variation of the buildings. So what we do is we do a little gap, or maybe put a collection of 2s here, maybe 3 or something. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna put a couple of 4s maybe side by side here, break them up a little, see what we can get away with. So yeah, there we go, we got that. So that's kind of cool. Let's see, can we connect this road in here somehow? We can, that is perfect. Absolutely perfect. So yeah, it looks like that. So that's my initial setup. There we go, we got our first building coming in. Let me press pause for a little while. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go back to this gridded format and see if we can fit in the residential buildings behind the strip mall, that kind of thing. So let's do that right now. Right, so what I want to do here is I'm going to go for a street with trees. So what I want to do is I want to make sure I got the zoning correctly. So I think it's this one here, toggle zoning. So hopefully we're going to get zoning on this side of the street. This side, there we go, and not on this side, which is what I want. So that's what we're going to do. And that way we get to not break away the zoning here. We'll keep the zoning on that side. Now, do I want a path right behind them? What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a gap of 1 tile. That way we can put a path behind here or detailing, that kind of thing. So let's carry on with this. There you go, it looks like that. So we got 2 blocks behind each strip mall. And that expands all the way down there. Now I'm thinking, how many houses do I want to go in here? Let's try that tested measurement of 4x4s. So what we could have is 10 full-size buildings, as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we got 2 left over. So that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to stick to that. And because there's 2 left over, all you need to do is just leave a little gap here and here. Make up for it. There we go. So that's how we're going to do our blocks. So let's do that right now. So there we go, we got that so far, and you probably noticed that the power's not going to jump because it's too far away. So this is where we start putting in some side buildings here, and as part of the plan, we're going to come up with some kind of landmark or unique building to put in here, that kind of thing. So let's start off with over here. Now I'm thinking maybe we put a collection of schools, a library maybe, and a park, and then maybe come up with a design for the hills. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, there we go. A little piece is moving out. Now let's see if we can connect this road into here. So this is going to be the only road that goes into this section here. So let's do that. It looks okay. It looks kind of natural, nice and hilly. It's like some parts of Los Angeles. There we go. Pretty happy with that. Now let's see if we can fit in some schools. So I want to keep this kind of street clear of any buildings, that kind of thing. So does that mean taking away these? I think we're going to take these away. Right, let me do something else. Let me do a little bit more tweaking. That on small. There we go. Let's level up the terrain from this level here. So there we go. We got this street connecting this block here to the Suburbia down here. Pretty authentic looking, I guess, for California, Los Angeles. The kind of roads that go up and down the hills. So yeah, it's kind of authentic, I guess. Now this is all flattened out. I want to see if I can put some skulls in here. So let's try, let's go into these little roads here. Put a road down. Let's go for anyone to do. Okay, that kind of works. Now let's see if we can slip a skull in here. Now we've got a couple of versions we can stick down. Now I'm going to go for a high skull. We got this one here, which I normally kind of stick down just to save space. I want to change it up to put in the bigger high skull, so let's do that. Now this one, we got two options. We can have it here. That's going to kind of destroy the hill. So let's change that around. Is that working out? That's okay. It's okay. Can I move this a little bit closer to here? I'm not too sure. We could try. Follow that all the way along there. Now this is a bit of a bump, but I don't mind that. Let's put a road up here. It's a bit of a hill, but I don't mind that. It's okay. Seems to work. But let's slide this down. There we go. That's going to protect some of the integrity of that hill. So let's change that hill again. Happy with that. Still looks like it's on a hill overlooking this little park here. So that's okay. That's the intention I wanted behind that. Here we can do a little detailing to cover up any lumps and bumps. So that's kind of cool. So let's see if we can put another skull in here. Let's go for an elementary school. I want to stick this right down here. And we got two options. We got this version here, which takes up a lot of area. And we got this tiny, smaller version here, which we could just about fit in. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So that works perfectly well. And then we're going to try and fit a library in here to make this all part of the same kind of school complex. Well, let's do that right now. There you go. Happy with that. That's my kind of education on a hill. Overlooking the suburbs, which we got down here. So there we go. We've got a library here. We got a library right over here. Now, importantly, this is going to help with the power jumping, I hope. Let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, the power's going to jump automatically. That's kind of cool. Right? Let me look at the water. Water is absolutely fine. There we go. Let's put a little pipe in here. So there we go. Looks like that from above. It's pretty cool. So next on my plan is to come up with some kind of hillside design, a la Beverly Hills, that kind of thing, or a little bit beyond Beverly Hills. So the kind of areas you'd find, well, not really Beverly Hills, it's more kind of Coldwater Canyon, those kind of hills around there, the kind of roads to the houses on those kind of hills with the canyon below them, that kind of thing. So that's my idea. So let's see if we can do a little bit of mountain shaping. Also, see if we can come up with an idea for this. Okay, so let me extend this road up here. There we go. So this is the boundary of where we're going to do a little bit of land shaping, specifically for this little area here. But here we're going to concentrate on making some hills, that kind of thing. So let me time-lapse that right now. Okay, there you go. We got this set up. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? So yeah, the important thing is when you're kind of setting up kind of hills and roads and hills and things like that, lay down where you want the roads to go, but put them down as paths because it makes the land a little bit more easy to manage and move around. Because if you got roads in the way, they kind of stop the terrain being shaped and formed, that kind of thing. So these paths are kind of a suggestion where I wanted the roads to go initially, and then I'd do a little bit of smoothification and terraforming around these kind of roads with the premise that this is where the roads are going to go and the hills are going to kind of match the roads, that kind of thing. Doesn't have to be absolutely accurate. It is a suggestion, not a finalization. There we go. So we got that. We got the education on the hill overlooking suburbs. Let's try working on this area here. So what we want to do is try and come up with something, landmark or unique building that can place in this kind of area here. So first of all, let's start off with seeing what we can do here. Now I'm thinking of having a subway down here somewhere. So I'm going to put a road across here. Let's go for a 2-lane road with wide sidewalks. We're going to put that just about there. There we go. We can fit a subway kind of in here. Now let's put in some kind of park. Now I'm thinking, hello. Plaza's pretty small. Let's put a road in between here. Go for this one with the medium. Maybe, I don't know, about there for now. Let's put a road down here. Can I fit that across there? I can. Okay, it's a little bit janky. Delete that road there. Now, can I fit a medical center in here? Can, just about. Perfect. Okay, that's working. Can I put that road there? I can. Let me take away the road length. Kind of fits in. That's better. Now, can I fit another medical center in here? I can, but it doesn't kind of fit into there. Okay. Interesting. Let's take away that road. Let's see if we can fit that in now. Okay. Interesting. Now, can I put a road along here? Let's delete this. Okay, that's working. Put that in there like that. There we go. That's perfect. Now let's place another 2 of those medical centers in there. There we go. That's perfect. Kind of like that. Let's place a road across here, same as this one here. There we go. Absolutely perfect. Let's delete this road here. Let's put another plaza in. There you go. That's looking cool. That's looking cool. I like that. So let's delete this road here. There we go. And we're going to delete this road here. We don't need this anymore. So yeah, kind of happy with that. Now let's do a little bit of shifting to make these look kind of like they belong. There you go. More than happy with that. Now let's see if we can stick that road back in. I'm not too sure if we can, but we can try. There you go. A little piece of manipulation and it works. Yeah, kind of happy with that. Let's change that back to the road with the wide sidewalks. There we go. We're going to do the same here. Yep, that's a lot better. This is straight again, so I'm kind of happy with that. You can see a little bit of tweaking here and there, and you can always overcome any problems. Carry that all the way down there. There we go. And there we go. Absolutely perfect. Kind of happy with that. Now let's see if we can come up with a similar kind of design up here. That road is it a normal road? It's a normal road. Put that all the way up here. Now let's put in 2 more plazas if we can. We can. There we go. Perfect. So it's looking like that. So yeah, kind of happy with that. It's kind of working out okay, even though I'm making it up. It seems to be working. So let's put I don't know what to do now. Let's put the 2 roads across here again. Might have to extend this road. There we go. That just about fits in. Happy with that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. Let's put in a couple of crematoriums. And put one just there, and we're going to put one kind of just there. There we go. Perfect. So there we go. That's looking pretty good, pretty tidy. I like that. By the way, I keep deleting all the buildings that keep popping up here because I want to see them go in just to see how they turn out. And I know that I'm gonna have to do a lot of tweaking with trying to get the power jumping from building to building. And as you can see, there's probably going to be no power jumping from here to here just yet until I put in some more buildings, that kind of thing, which is why I'm working on this anyway. But let's carry on working on this. So I'm thinking we put a subway would be kind of cool. That was my idea, to have a subway in this little gap here. So let's do that right now. Will that fit in? That is perfect. Oh, look at that. Just where the crosswalks are. Absolutely perfect. I couldn't have planned that any better, and I didn't even plan it. For some reason the buildings are missing here. Huh, okay, I must have deleted them when I was rezoning the streets. Okay, never mind. So yeah, I'm okay with that. So let's carry on with this. Let's put a hospital in here. So any road would do. Put a road just here. And now, there we go. Now let's place a hospital in. And which way do I want the hospital facing? There you go. It looks like that. Absolutely perfect. We got that road cutting in there. We got a little piece of the back for detailing, that kind of thing. And I kind of helps in our hospital complex with subway ensemble is looking pretty sweet, isn't it? Yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, my idea is now I've got the perfect landmark we can put in here, and that's going to be the Plaza of the Dead. There you go. Now what I want to do is I want to leave a space between here, one zoning tile. So how many tiles deep is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So naturally the road would go here. So I want to move it down one. So I'm going to put the road here. I'm going to move the Plaza of the Dead. There, leave a little gap here for detailing. Yeah, I'm absolutely happy with that. So let's delete this little piece here. And this, and this, and this, and this. Now let's see if we can finish this off by changing up the road. So we're going to go back to the medium roads. We're going to go with this one, with the 4-lane road with decorative grass this time. So there you go. That looks like that. Looks absolutely beautiful. Now let's see if we can turn this road into a bit of a feature road. So let me find the center of that. So this is the center. Okay, perfect. So that's okay. I'm going to put a small road in here, a small road in here. And then going to delete that piece and that piece there like that. And then we're going to kind of curve that around. Like that. There you go. Take away that road there. Take away that road there. There you go. And that's kind of a way of getting a kind of a almost equal kind of semicircle. I mean, if I made this space a little bigger, I could probably achieve it a lot easier, but I kind of like that. It looks okay like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this road to one with trees. This one here, to be exact. There we go. And then we're going to do a bit of a feature build up here. Looks okay. That's not too steep. Yeah, I like that. So let's keep it at this level here. So it looks like that so far. So we're going to put in one more landmark, which is the stadium, which looks a little bit like a football. There we go. Not a soccer ball, a actual football. There you go. So we're going to try and fit that in. And I like the shape of that. Maybe we could make the roads look just a little bit like a football. That's kind of interesting. Give that a go. So I'm thinking we can go virtual road down here for now. So maybe we can, let me do a little bit of freeforming. Probably come up with this design here. Let's delete that and delete that. Let's put the stadium in. There we go. That looks like that. Let's carry these roads on. Just go 200. Like that. There we go. Perfect. Go on these roads up again. Box this in. Let's do a similar design here. So that is 360. There we go. Let's join them in. Delete that road there. There you go. Looks like that. Kind of bit of a weird bowl shape. Find the center to this, which is going to be just here. Let's go 200. Perfect. And let's join these up. There you go, and let's delete all these. There you go, looks like that. It's pretty cool. Definitely got to find a way of jumping the power here. I wish I could put in some of those pretend parking lots, but I don't have enough space to do them, really. Let's see here. Yeah, not enough space. I mean, if I made this kind of bigger, I could probably do this. But yeah, I don't have enough room. So, because of the mountain, and I've only got 9 tiles, so a bit of a shame. But maybe we can come up with some kind of decorating, and maybe we can put in a parking lot across here, that kind of thing. Yeah, we could probably get away with that, put a parking lot down here. Delete that. Okay, now let's see if we can join kind of these roads up to what's going to be a road here, and maybe hook them into this main kind of place here. So let's put a road here. And yeah, this one is perfect. Let's stick with this one. Put the road here. And then there we go. And then we can have this road sloping up here. Then somehow joining in with this. That's my whole idea behind that. So let's do a little piece of sloping. There you go, a nice piece of perfect sloping for you. So this road can carry on here. It's going to wind around here. It's going to go around here. It's going to go through this little valley, probably come down here through this valley. We're going to have little roads going up here and probably here and here, that kind of thing. You can see this is the basic layout. It's going to be kind of similar. Apart from this road's going to snake around here instead of going around that way. That kind of thing. So yeah, there you go. So that's absolutely perfect. I think we're going to call that the end of the episode. But before I do that, let's see if we can get the power jumping from there to there. Now let's first put in a basketball court, might work. And one here. Okay, now let's snake this road all the way along here. There you go, that's going to go around there like that initially. We're not going to keep these as a medium with trees in the middle because it kind of looks a little bit silly, I think. So let's put in another building here. We're going to put in a child health center. It's kind of small. I'm thinking just there for now. I'm going to test the power and then press play for a few seconds. Okay, then we're just going to move this over tile at a time to see if the power will eventually jump. So there you go, just a little bit of sliding to the side there and you got the power jump in. To get the power jumping down here, well, part of the plan of this kind of street set up into the hills is we're going to have this as Suburbia anyway. So these are going to kind of join up somehow. Let's see, 4, maybe 4, 3, maybe a 4 here. Bit of a gap. Kind of like that. That's how we're going to place the houses along here. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So we got that. So let's fill all these in. Perfect. And now let's put in maybe a couple of service buildings in here just to encourage people to move in. Delete that road there. Okay, now I've deleted that road there. Let's see if we can place a couple of service buildings in here. Maybe a fire department and a police department. Well, let's go for the big ones, I think. They might be fitting for this kind of area. So this is a big fire department. So we got this version here or this version here. And the police department, we got this version here or this version here. So which one do I want to go for? That's the question. Thinking we go for maybe this one and this one. I'm not too sure. This one we're going to delete. So yeah, I'm happy with these. I'm going to stick with these. So let's place a couple of roads in here. Kind of make a feature of them. There we go. That's perfect. Let's move this one here. Looks okay. And then we're going to put the police department just there. There you go. They look okay there. Let's see what else we can do. I'm thinking we could put in maybe a couple of offices along here or here. Kind of fitting for this kind of area, I think. So all this is going to be offices, and where there's gaps, we're going to put in some paths. There you go. So all that's going to be built up, and I'm not too sure what we're going to do with this. Perhaps we can put in some more buildings or something of that nature. Have a look. But what I'm thinking is we put in some low density commercial there, and then here we can go for some low density residential just here. There you go. That's absolutely perfect. Kind of happy with that. Let's look at those paths again. So you've got a little piece of a gap here and there for paths. We can put a path in here. Let me take away the snapping points. go. We can probably come up with a little piece of seating there, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. Looks all right. So there you go. That's our final design. It looks like that from above. There we go. We're going to press play and watch all this grow in and see what happens, that kind of thing. And hopefully the power will jump eventually over time. And then I'll leave you with a little piece of detailing of just this little area here. Then next week, we'll concentrate on finishing off the Beverly Hills kind of design, or Canyon Hills, should I say. And we're going to be completing this little area here, which is, I'm kind of calling Old Town. There we go. So we can work on the area around the tax office, that kind of thing. So yeah, let's all watch it all grow in right now. Okay, there we go. Let's slow that right down. Yeah, kind of happy with that. A lot of them are kind of big and ugly, but yeah, I'm okay with that, I guess. Maybe these are more of a kind of a main street than they are a strip mall. These are the kind of buildings you really want to look for. Ones that are kind of this size, and maybe these sizes here. These are kind of okay. So yeah, there you go. That's my strip mall. Let's add along here. Some of them I've made quite a few of them historical. Some of them I'm just going to let them level up to the max, just to get a little piece of variation. But you can see, choosing different zoning tile sizes, 3x3s, 2x2s, even 1x1s, you get different variations of buildings, which are pretty cool, which is what I've done here. A couple of, well, 3 1x1s. There we go. We've got a kind of a gas station. So what I'm going to do now is going to leave you with a little piece of detailing, and then we'll work on that next week. So the detailing is just going to be filling in this little area here, putting a little bits of pieces here and there, maybe doing the little skull area and this little stadium thing here. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And obviously the hospital and the subway. So yeah, what I'll do, I'll get back to you at the end of all this.
If you believe lucky dreamer, lucky dreamer, lucky dreamer, lucky dreamer. I was looking for a way to get to you. I'm a believer, but you need to be one too. You and me were meant to be. My love is yours to keep. If you believe in me, I was looking for a way to get to you. Lucky dreamer, I was looking for a way to get to you.
Okay, there you go, folks. We are done. That took me a whole 2 days to do all the detailing, in between doing other things, that kind of thing. So 2 days of detailing, but here we go. This is my kind of strip mall. It's a little bit silly, but I don't have any upper parking lots. Well, I do, but I want to play it strictly vanilla without any DLC. So it looks like that. Let's do a little bit of panning. Now you can see I've detailed the whole lot. Changed up all of the trees on the streets. As you can see, I've done a little piece of decal where you put in a couple of paths to make it look like it's been worn down, that kind of thing. The whole back behind here is detailed as well. Or behind these stores, little pieces thrown together here and there, like that, kind of thing. So yeah, everything is done at back. Not that anyone's ever going to see, apart from me. Also, this school is detailed. So that looks like that. There you go. There you go. Join the path up here. Put this little thing in here. So that's kind of cool. People are using the paths. Maintain that kind of little piece of hill there. So you can look down upon that little kind of park there. There you go. That's kind of cool. I'll finish off the detailing in a second. So what did we do today? Today we managed to put in 2 landmarks, which is the Plaza of the Dead, which is this one here, and the stadium, which is this one here. We created a strip mall, which is all these. Let's go into the zoning. Created a strip mall, which is kind of like this. It's kind of ugly and silly, but it's the best I can do. Maybe I should have went for smaller ones, but yeah, I'm okay with that. Put a lot of low density commercial here, lots of suburbia here. And here we put in some office and some suburbia and some low density commercial, and we put all them up there to help the power jump. So moving on to here, you can see I've done a lot of terraforming, shaping hills and mountains, and all these paths represent what are going to be roads. And this is kind of based upon Beverly Hills and Franklin Canyon, you know, those kind of areas are parts of LA. So that's what we got going on here. I've got to maybe move this around or change this. But yeah, this is going to be had a lot of fun trying to fit all the houses and get all the power jumping along these kind of mountains and hills, that kind of thing. Because in LA, these are surrounded by museums, places to hang out, parks, that kind of thing, theaters, and lots of millionaire mansions, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's going to be kind of fun. And over here, you can see I created this kind of, I don't know, kind of a health center. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? So there we go. It looks like this. So we got a subway here. Came up with another unique design for a subway. There you go. Looks like that. Put in these plazas here. Put in this kind of arrangement of medical centers. Looks like that. More plazas. A couple of crematoriums with ornate gardens. Or gardens of rest, I guess. Put the hospital here. I flipped it around so we could have it looking like that. Let's change the longitude again. Gotta get rid of the shadows. There we go. So I decided to flip it around because it looks good when you're looking down from the hill. So there we go. That's the Plaza of the Dead. That's the hospital. There you go. It looks like that. It's pretty cool. Then I finally finished off by building a stadium, which is what you got here. Looks like that from above. And zooming in, you can see it looks like that. One of my unique kind of adventure playgrounds. Lots of places to eat and hang out. See here. Looks like that. Over here is kind of mirrors what we got over there. A little bit like that. And here's a little bit different from back there. This is the main entrance road here. And then I was trying to work out how I can place some parking lots because I don't have a lot of land. So I ended up doing this kind of stepped or layered parking lot. There you go, at different levels. There we go. So we got this level here. We got this level up here. We got this level up here. There you go. So it looks kind of like that. And moving over here, you can see the main walk to the stadium is a little place to hang out and eat and for the kids to play around, that kind of thing. So that was my whole design. Also, the main entrance to the parking lots is here. There you go. And you can see I changed all the trees. And this is the other part of the main entrance. So you got lots of security checks, that kind of thing. So this looks pretty cool. So there you go, folks. I hope y'all are not disappointed by what we got done today. Hopefully it'll match up to the dizzy heights of the episode where we created the shopping mall and the tennis arena. It's probably not going to get as many views, but I think we achieved something kind of unique and beautiful. There you go. And one last look at the stadium's parking lot, the stadium, the health center, the strip mall, the Suburbia, soon to be completed Beverly Hills design or Franklin Canyon, and the unique school design on the hill. There we go. So in the meantime, folks, sincerely, take care of each other. Have a really nice day. And I will see y'all